Hello my duckies, welcome back to the Boston Nation, the Basset you love or you hate. How's it going everybody? Today we have the winner of the Light Swarm and Dinomiss duel. We have the Dinomiss Rush. I'm gonna stomp you with dino feeding time, all that. But they're futurized dinos. How you doing today, man?
I already know. I promised the viewers a deck profile this week, so I came to deliver.
Alrighty, let's see them.
Alright, so we'll start with the monsters lineup so far. So it'll be quite simple. 3 Petrans. It's pretty standard. He's their strongest 4-star. He's also the searcher if he destroys, which is very good because you search for every Dinomiss card in your deck that you need. So pretty much it'll be a good way to get the other searcher, which is the charge, but we'll get into that a little later.
Alright.
Just to be disrespectful, I played 3 Policios.
I hate that card.
The reason why I play Policios is because it's also a scale 6, because you want to work with scale 3 and 6, because you can switch some of everything that you need in the deck. As a monster, that's a pretty sick ability too. When this card is a regular monster, for every Dinomiss card, not just monster, your opponent monsters lose 100 attack and defense, and they also stack too when they're on the field, so it's not just one. So let's say for instance, I can make you lose 1800 attack with just one. That would be 36 and etc. with the other one. So it's pretty rude. It helps you get over a lot of things that I need.
Okay.
I also play 2 Ankylos. He has a pretty sick ability too when he's a regular monster. He's 1500 attack. Basically, he's like a, I want to say like a DD within his own right, because anything that any Dinomiss that battles when he's on the field gets removed from play instead of the graveyard, which is also a good answer to a lot of things. He has a pretty decent defense too if I need to set him in defense mode. Again, you want to focus on scales 3s and 6. I forgot to mention that all the Dinomiss are scale 3 and 6, and 3 scales says if my Dinomiss cards on my side of the field will be destroyed by a battle or card effect. This is a scale 3. I can destroy this one instead of sending it to the Pendulum Zone.
Nice.
Scale 6 stops negation on target effects and makes him a vanilla by destroying this card.
Oh,
so
shit.
it's pretty dope. I like that. So it gets over a lot of things and problematic like Regekis, so I can send the scale 3 back to my hand. So which is pretty sick. I like that altogether. Now I play 2 Ceratops. It's pretty cool if I want to open into my bigger plays. Let's say if I have a Petrans or Ankylos there and I need something that's a little bit bigger, I can special summon them because I have a Dinomiss card on my hand.
Okay.
A Dinomiss card on my field, sorry. And it's a pretty decent 21, also the scale 3, so it's not bad.
Go into an Exceed play if you wanted to, too.
Yes, that's also an Exceed play. It's faster Exceeds. I also play 2 Spinos. He is one of the main beaters of the deck. He's a 25, 100 attack. He's a rank 5, but he's also scale 3. He has 2 effects which are pretty dope, because if I tribute summon a Dinomiss monster, I can have 1 or 2 of the effects. I can actually jump over my opponent's monsters and attack them directly, which is pretty good if I can't get over something like a Beals, or something that's just too big and beefy that I can't get over. So instead of taking it down, go around him.
Yep.
And also he can attack twice if I do the same thing. So by tributing a Dinomiss monster, that's pretty low cost, being I can probably recycle them a lot faster. I also run 3 Dinomiss Rex. He is also one of the OTK option. He also has 2, but at the end of the damage, so you attack with him first to activate the effect. Versus where Spinos you can activate at any point in time. So what he does is when you sacrifice a Dinomiss monster, he either can make it a second attack on a monster, or I can bounce any card on the field or my opponent's hand back to the deck, and he gains 100 attack permanently. So that's pretty sick within its own right, because I can control the field and I can control the hand too of my opponent. So I thought that was pretty neat.
You're taking the right dinos for a reason.
Of course. I run the Draco Slayers and Draco Lord package. 1 Master, 1 Luster, 1 Vector. The reason why I run these 3 is because I was thinking with a lot of things. I noticed my deck was very inconsistent, and also I can go into a lot of answers with certain things. So what I would do is, Draco Face Off, which we'll get into a little bit later. It just opens up so many more plays for me, and it runs a lot more smooth. And I can also get out more monsters from the extra deck that can take care of problematic problems that you saw in the Light Swarm versus Dinomiss. Or if you was tuning in to the Basset Nation, it was Dinomiss versus Pendulum Magicians, Odd Eyes Pendulum Magicians. So that just did me a lot of justice, where I end up misplaying, but end up being to my benefit, and I could just go off a lot simpler. So that's it's pretty nice. All right, so that's it for my monster count up, and we're going to my magics now. Standard must have this non-negotiable 3 Dinomiss charges. So what this does, basically, this cute little card lets me search for any Dinomiss monster in my deck. It doesn't matter what level, it doesn't matter what scale, it's just any one period. Also, it's also continuous, and it's also very good with popping plays of when my monsters are attacked and I can send out my scales instead. What this allows me to do is recycle them from my extra back to my hand, so therefore I can rescale and reuse them. It is continuous, so it's once per turn per card is on the field, so I can return up to 3 cards that was in my scale back to my hand that died that turn. So it's pretty good. It's pretty neat. A lot of people don't run this, but I personally do because I think it's pretty sick. I run 2 dynamic power loads. Basically, what this card makes my monsters do is pretty much an Archimedes on crack. So let's say if I have like an Ankylos, which is 1500 attack, and let's say you have like a 1600 beast stick. Well, now with this, it makes a nice juicy 1800 meat stick to deal with now. That's or Petram, which is my favorite, which is 21 now, which is 18 base. Basically, it's like Archimedes, and it gives all my Dinomiss attack 300 attack and defense boost. And when I attack or when my Dinomiss are battling, period, when it is attacked or attacked, it makes them like Archimedes. You can't activate nothing engraved. There's no electromagnetic turtles. There's no Necro Gardener. There is no snow rabbits. There's nothing. You can't do nothing when this is on the field. You have to wait until the dead end of the battle phase, like for Petram, to activate anything. So that's good.
Stupid.
The only one I tech is Draco Face Off, just in case I need to get my Dracos a little bit faster to the field or for a scale, which is just fine. It's pretty self-explanatory. What's tricky and what's quirky about this watch I like is you could decide whether one of the pendulums goes in the scale or special into the field. The other one goes immediately into the extra deck, which is fine. So it opens up a lot of plays that I need that I go around for loops. Obviously, standard in the machine deck will be limited removal. The OG of Regeki. It's pretty sick and it's pretty sweet. It's simple to the point. No need to go into further detail. I run 2 instant fusions. Basically, it's all you see me playing this a lot. It goes into my northern plays or maybe even Infinity if I don't have enough monsters on my side of the field, and it just goes completely off. Self-explanatory, paying 1,000 life points and you just do damage that turn. Another thing I run in the pendulums is I run 2 ignite reloads. What I do, what this does is basically a reload on crack for pendulums. I basically shuffle any amount of pendulum monsters back to my deck, reveal them to my opponent, and I draw the same amount of pendulum monsters I put back plus 1. I had it at 3 at one point, but I noticed it was a little too cloggy and I could use that extra space for something better. But 2 runs just fine for me. It runs smooth. I like it. So that'll be it for my magics. I'll go into my traps at the moment. I run 3 Dinomiss rushes. This card saved my ass more times than I can count. Basically, what this does, it says during any player's turn, I can special summon 1 Dinomiss monster from my deck. It doesn't matter what level, how much attack it is, onto the field. What's also neat about this card is when whatever Dinomiss monster that was special summoned by this card is also unaffected by any other card effects for the rest of the turn. The only downside is that it is destroyed at the end, but normally when I have this with mid to late game, even in the beginning game, I usually have a Dinomiss rush on the field, so whatever that was destroyed at the end, it goes right back to my hand anyway. So that either becomes fuel for a next turn for a setup, or I could just go in for the kill when I'm my opponent's end phase. So it's pretty nice. I get a lot of scolding for this, why I main this card when it should be side deck, but I like maining Wiretap at 2. The reason why, because a lot of problematic cards is like a strike, which is a very big problem. Dimensional barriers is very much a thing. And what I like to say to do is warnings, barriers, strikes, pay your cost, I'm going to get it and bounce it back to your deck. It also alters the order of the deck that you shuffle. So let's say if they try to play cards that let you look at the top and rearrange them in any order, well, now I'm going to throw that whole order off with Wiretap. Now I'm going to rearrange your whole deck now. Again, I get scolded if this should be sided, but it's worked pretty fine for me as a main, and 2 is just fine. Another card that it could be problematic for people, and I get scolded for this, is saying why I run 2 force backs. Why force backs, you say, is because my problems like magic specters that says no to a lot of things, and you're forced to beat over me, and it says every monster that I play searches. Well, I'm gonna negate your normal summon. You have to commit to your normal summon to go off, and you're not searching for a damn thing that turn. So it gives me a chance to swing at you and swing big.
Okay.
So I like that.
Go home.
Being that I sold my strikes, unfortunately, but I found the next best replacements were Dark Corner Heaven and Solemn Strike. One's a little bit better than the other. I prefer the Warning over the Black Corner Heaven, but the Black Corner Heaven is definitely came clutch for me.
And plus Solemn Warning's limited.
Solemn Warning is limited as well. However, it does the job. It's self-explanatory, negates summons, and says no fuck you to all your big plays. So no Trishes, no whip tails, none of that. Good jazz. I don't like it. Then I run the one Torrential Tribute and the two very much $16 cards of Quaking Mirror Force.
Oh my god, they're not coming!
Quaking Mirror Force is very disrespectful. It says permanently bend that ass over. And what's good about that is with Spinos is I can jump over all your monsters, so therefore it creates you make use all your slots, and now you have to play around that while I just jump over all your monsters, and you can't do nothing about it. So that's pretty much for the main deck. Let's go into the extra deck. I warn, I'm still tinkering with it, but so far it's pretty solid. I like it so far. So I run the one Norden, obviously for obvious reasons. I run the one Panzer, obvious reasons, because I do go into Infinity, but we'll get later on to that. Being that I run the Draco Slayers, I run one of these. I was thinking about making two, but one seems to be doing just fine for now. He's basically a monster reborn for any Draco Slayer or Draco Lord in my graveyard, which happens to happen a lot when I Exceed Summon or Synchro Summon and they find a way to blow him up. But it is what it is. With him on the field, it's just say screw you to everything and about my pendulums. To Exceed, one Rebellion. Rebellion's a big problematic, gets over a lot of things. The Castel, which is obviously no-brainer what Castel does. For those who don't know, it books and moons or bounces something problematic back on the field. Again, being that I run the Draco Slayers and Draco Lords, this has helped me and has won games for me. Basically, what this does is, at the end of the phase, the effect automatically activates. I get to search for any pendulum monster in my deck. So which is pretty nice because I think I can go and set up for another play next turn. Also, if I detach one, I can get a Draco Slayer, a pendulum monster from my extra deck, but I cannot XYZ material, which is fine because normally, well, when it was unlimited, I would go into double Ignister in this play, but one Ignister is just fine and wins me games. The one Honor Arc, standard, staple, obvious reasons. I like playing this card a lot because I play this more often than Hope Honor, is Hope Wolverine, Dragon, Spider Shark. So this little neat little nifty card says, when I'm on the field and during declaration of attack, I'm going to lower all your monsters by 1,000. So which is pretty sick with Pelicios, because what Pelicios does is, again, lowers all your monsters by 100 attack and defense for every Dinomiss card on my field. That's including magic and trap cards. With this, it just even lowers it, and it's just so helpful when I need to give up problematic things that are too big. Also, when it's removed from the field and destroyed by battle or by card effect, I can special summon any, and I repeat, any monster in my graveyard. So let's say if I have a juicy, nice little Ignister in my graveyard, or cough Norden, I can get the Norden's effect off again because of special summon. It just opens up so many plays. People ask me why I run these as this one is level 5, but I run the one Super Quantum Mecha Beast, the fire one. The reason why is because if I want to pop something on any person's turn, I can. It's a decent attack as well. Monsters, magic and trap card scales, if I want I can do it, I can do it. It's just so good and I like it. I get a lot of crystals for this one too, but I run the one Taras, Keeper of Genesis. The reason why I run this is because it can't be affected or it cannot be destroyed by card effects, period. And let's just say if I go head up with a monster and if it attacks or is attacked that turn and survives, I get to detach one and pop any card on the field. So therefore it's like a double edged sword for my opponent and it's very little risk for me. Won me games as well. The one Volkiosaurus. It was like, hey, why you run this for? Why? Because you have a big ass juicy beat stick on the field and I want it off. But I get to burn it in problematic games. The one King of Heavy Industry, 3200 attack, pretty much beat stick, and I get to activate 3 cards from my opponent, pop cards on the field. the obvious Nova, the Infinity package, and the one Ignister. So that's pretty much it.
It's freaking stupid, man. But thank you so much for showing us this. Would you call it meta Dinomiss?
I guess, yes, you could say that.
Freaking beautiful. Any what's the word I'm looking for? Any type of recommendation to anyone that wants to build a Dinomiss deck?
Tinker with it. Take ideas. Don't be set to anyone's ideas. Learn what you could throw in on your own. Don't be afraid to experiment with new things. Trial and error is the best way to go with any deck.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. All right, so thank you so much for sharing this, man.
You already know, but subscribe to the Bastard Nation.
Yep. Remember, become a bastard. We all are in our own way. Catch you later.